want to talk to you about foreign reporting, how important it is in the age of globalization, where the world is really a 12-hour flight away from you, wherever you want to go. It's really important because I think it's personally rewarding. It's also professionally challenging. Personally rewarding because it takes you to places that you otherwise would never have gotten to for no other reason but your work. It's also tricky because as a foreign correspondent, you're a cultural interpreter. You're trying to interpret where you are to an American audience, and sometimes that gets kind of tricky, and in so doing, and a lot is lost in translation.
My focus was a little bit different. I really wanted to write for Pakistan's audience. I didn't want to write for Pakistani Americans yet. I felt like if I wanted to report in the region, I need to understand my audience. In order to do that, I'd have to be in the country, I'd have to be around the people, because I wanted to become an expert in this scenario. So I kind of just packed my stuff and left, which was a very bad decision because I had a very tough time the first few months that I was there because they don't like Americans. I sound American, and despite what I look like, they won't trust you because you're American. Even though I have Pakistani origins, I speak the language, they just won't because you're American. So I think that's a very wise suggestion to make some contacts here before you leave if you want to report for New York. And sometimes I think the best advice that I've ever been given from a professor is just to call somebody, an editor, and say, can we meet for a cup of coffee? I have some ideas I want to share. I want to talk to somebody about it. I think you might be interested in it. If you have some time, can we meet for a cup of coffee? And you'll be surprised how many editors will say yes.
If I want to send one of you to go to China over there, I will tell you how to deal with two different kinds of people. And I will give you a source that either is an official source. I will give you Xinhua Agency. I can give you the China Press, and also can give you all the metropolitan news. The reporter work over there, or more liberal reporter over there. But I also can give you the context of the dissidents that's really who criticize the governments fiercely, and some people even put into jail. So I can give those two kind of people. But also, I would suggest you just go out there to meet with the people and to learn how do they live even from the start of the morning.
As journalists, you have a responsibility. And your primary responsibility is to get to me, the recipient of the news, the truth as accurate and as fast as you can, okay? That's what I'm looking for.
And right now, we outsmarted ourselves as an industry. And everybody wants everything free. And democracy, freedom are not free. And we need to, we're getting a very slippery slope where journalism is becoming a hobby, where it's the domain of the rich, those with trust funds that could practice journalism. It is very, very dangerous because as long as this country remains a Jeffersonian democracy, there must be a free and a professional press. Media, whatever term you want to use. And I'm afraid with this sort of like rush, and this is where I'm a critic of social media and new media, we are not professionalizing our work. And mediocrity is passing for journalism. And that is, to me, disturbing.